Okay, so it's a pretty active server. There's a lot of players here. I don't know if anybody's seen me come in here, but I think I saw it. There's a Korsair over here. Yeah, there it is. Now, don't get spotted here. See if there's any players nearby. I don't see anybody yet. Just kind of feel a little bit like this a bit out in the open here. We're in the middle of nowhere. I wonder why we're here, but I'm going to try and approach us without being seen. Okay, don't see anybody here. Looks like they left it completely undefended. I'm going to try and go in here and take their med gel. Let's just close the lower deck seems clear. Let me just check the crew quarters. Okay. Crew quarters look clear. Auxiliary controls look clear. I'm moving upstairs. I don't see anybody yet. Nobody in the mess hall. Looks clear. Okay, I'm gonna go onto the bridge. Nobody here. Looks like we're clear. I'm going to take this thing. Yeah, we're off. Nobody even noticed. Let's get out of here before one of those Polaris shoots us down again. Okay. Welcome to a new tour. This is Fleet Admiral Zaflo here, and I have something a little special. So it's inspired by the Corsair from Star Citizen, except I decided I'd make it large grid because everything I wanted to put into it would just have to be a lot bigger than the Corsair on Star Citizen because, well, I wanted a hangar, I wanted obviously jump drives, okay, and it is a standalone mobile base. It has everything, refinery, assemblers, all of that good stuff. So I guess I'll start the tour on the outside because I think there's a few things worth showing off here. We have these rocket turrets on each side that are actually underrated. The out-of-the-box rocket turrets just fire like a couple, but these things fire like 20 rockets and rapidly, so they're a beast. We have the artillery headlights. I was just looking at the picture of the outside, and it almost looks like it has two cockpits, so you know what? I put two cockpits on this, so it's good to have a spare one. And I needed, oh, the drill's dangling. Well, yeah, good thing I set up controls for that. Ooh, it's a good thing. Yeah, I was messing with it and I was putting these covers on the drill so it wasn't as ugly. But yeah, that's just so you can get a little bit of ice, or, you know, it's not a very effective drill, but this whole ship is, oh, it's getting close now. It's getting pretty high, but I want to leave a little bit of room for a little drill ship, and I think I can definitely make a drill ship that's like 1,000, maybe 2,000 PCU, and that will be needed because that little drill there on this ship is sort of just it is what it is, but it's on a turret controller, so yeah, I've been able to put a lot of, there's 2 large hydrogen tanks and 3 jump drives, and there's these ion thrusters on the wing are off, but they're on full override, and they kick on when any forward thrust is applied. So they augment the thrust, but they don't fight you yaw, like when you, because they're on subgrids, right? So that's why they actually turn right off. And yeah, so yeah, in the wings there are decoys. They're hidden, but they're there. They're underneath some panels here in the armor blocks. Ooh, it's dark under here. But yeah, you can see kind of because of the panels. Something's in there. Yeah, there are decoys in the wings. And yeah, it's asymmetrical. That's how it is in Star Citizen. They said they were kind of inspired by Star Wars aesthetic. So, I mean, it does sort of give Star Wars-ish vibes sometimes, a little bit, but yeah, so that's my Space Engineers adaptation. Its engines are way bigger than the one in the game because I need it to actually work well, not just look cool. So just press this button here. Alright, that's going to lower the ramp, which, by the way, is not the airtight part. The gate door inside is, and they're on the same button together. They just, and this opens. I've got the angle exact, so it opens perfectly for like a flat surface, like an ice lake, or it'll work well for the like a platform. I have it does work on like relatively flat surfaces, but yep, you should be able to drive up here thanks to these nice new round blocks that they added. It's actually really smooth to just walk over and I imagine drive over. It's a little steep. I mean, it's only like 20 degrees or so, but so it's no problem. And then yeah, so I'll just close that back up and we can watch that sort of do its thing. We have these vents are controlled to go to depressurized mode when that's open. So if you land on a planet, it'll scavenge all the oxygen and fill up the oxygen tanks, which is useful. Okay, med bay here. We got lots of storage. We got the vending machine dispenser. We have the ATM. Okay, and there's a cryo here, and there's an assembler here. Fully upgraded with the speed modules. This ship, these are sensor doors, which is nice. So if you stand in the middle here like that, that just prevents you from depressurizing the main room here. And yeah, it's convenient, to fumble around for little buttons. Okay, so this part of the ship, we have a little bit of the life support stuff. We have there's other O2 generators in the engine nacelles because it ended up being efficient to put them there. And yep, here's the other upgraded assembler. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to, maybe I was going to cover that with something, the speed module. Oh well. And then there's an industrial refinery there and another food processor over there. So if I kind of go around to the other side of the ship here and just, you can see there's a bathroom down there. I don't need to give you a tour of that. You've seen one, you've seen them all. There's the fancy jump drive here on display here. Got the safe zone generator, of course. And this little nook here. Oh yeah, first I guess I'll show you, there's crew quarters over here with another bathroom for them and a shower in there. And 4 beds. This is sort of just like accommodations for like crew. And the vent here is being sort of like, there's no door here for the reason that I want this to stay pressurized, okay? But anyway, and then up here we have the auxiliary cockpit, which is looking weird right now. There it goes. The industrial cockpit right here, where actually I need to use, I think, number 1. Oh, let's get that camera back over here. And then, yeah, this is upside down, so, oh, and it doesn't, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just, I'll fix that up later. That appears right. So we just put this up so it's tucked up safely up in here. Okay, there's a rotor, or a hinge and rotor limits are set up to make that nice and safe. So if I exit that, I'm going to do drill custom turret controller, and we'll invert the elevation, and we'll just set it to like minus 2. You want to go slow with the drill anyway, so that, if you're wondering why that's so low, it's just so you're not clang bang in the ground. Alright, now so this is sort of the cafeteria, mess hall, whatever, and yeah, I have to put functional blocks here. I think this is the drill controller right there, actually, and I don't know why some of the armor skins aren't loading it. I think my graphics settings are just really low right now, because I run a potato. And upstairs, we have another food processor, we have another medical bay here. You could see, you could check on the state of the AI blocks. So right now we're in defensive mode. More on that later. And then this is sort of like the emergency exit airlock. And we're in the industrial refinery right now. And then we have, up here we have a farm. So we can grow 8 farm plots here. It's not the safest. I was just perched up here, but you know, I had to fit things in here somehow, and this is all I could really do. And you know what, I forgot to add their lights to the main lighting group, but that's okay. Just, do they really need to? I mean, it wouldn't be hard to add that, but anyway, I'm almost on the ship. So yeah, you can see here, this timer block's off, this one's on. That's just they're grouped together, and they're called AI toggle defense offense. And when you trigger now, the one that's on will turn itself off, and it'll turn the other one on. But as well, it'll also manage the AI. So you don't have to faff around and fiddle with all the settings. You just press a button, and boom, you go to defensive or offensive. The other settings, like the other kinds of AI, like they are here, it's just they're basically now with those you'd have to fiddle around with them for your use case. You even have a beacon above the safe zone generator in case you have drones and you want to use a beacon so they can follow you. Yeah, you can get at, you can barely see the yield modules down here. I guess it's cramped, but alright, so this is sort of the main control room. Tiny bit of configuring left to do, like I haven't using these buttons yet, but they're gonna, it's easy. And here is the main cockpit. So, button number 5 opens and closes the rear hangar and lowers the ramps, very cinematic. And then 6 folds the wings for landing. Very important to be able to do that. Otherwise, you just hit the ground, and it looks so cool. Originally, I had the pistons on that right wing so that the right wing doesn't just fold up, but it also slides down, just like in the Star Citizen version. But the reason it doesn't do that is because the pistons, they wiggle, and I'm not using the setting to share inertial tensor because it's actually not available in the official Keen servers, so I'm because of that little tiny bit of a snafu there, I just have regular old plain old folding wings, which I think are like really cool. The whole linear movement of it was sort of did look neat, but it was just not worth the risks of having some clang damage. This grid, it has subgrids, but it's very clang free. Like that gate, it's actually held in place with a magnetic plate. It locks, so it actually doesn't move at all when it's up like that. And yeah, and with the turrets, there's actually a lot of subgrids. And there's 3 wings, a ramp, and 3 turrets. So each turret has 2 subgrids. So that's 6, 9, 10 subgrids, I count. But it all behaves very stable. you know, I might make a button that emergency detaches the wings because they are just for decoys and aesthetics and a few extra Gatling turrets. I don't know if you see the Gats on the. There's they hold 4 Gatling turrets, so actually you lose a lot of firepower if you lost the wings, but you would gain a lot of agility actually, because right now this is my gyroscopes. So I actually want a quick save because I've been changing a couple things and I don't want all my turrets crooked. I'm OCD like that. Save. So yeah, I've got a target, sorry, over there, and I just wanted to give it a little test to see the AI kick in, and it on defensive mode, nothing too crazy should happen. So I'm just going to do a pretty speedy flyby here. Oh yeah, so the lights turn red, and that's about it. And it plays the alarm. Oh, yeah, and we're in weapons range. So, why are the rocket turrets not firing? I wonder. Oh, that's a good thing I'm testing this, so I don't know why they won't fire. Oh, I think that woke them up. Ah, there we go. Alright, now it's got full power of full weapons power. Oh my gosh. We can really see they're reloading now, but now, let me just see my controls first. Oops. And tab. Let's go here. I'm going to see what happens if I'm already in combat. Toggle AI. Oh yeah. So it should use the artillery all on its own now. I'm in offensive AI mode. We're in. It's flying a little funny, isn't it? Okay. Is it going to point my weapons at it? Oh, it looks like it's doing it now. Throw it fire. Oh yeah, it missed, but it fired. And like missed it there. Oh yeah, so that's cool. We have AI drone mode active. And those rocket turrets are absolutely just beasts. So when we're in this mode, okay, did that just shoot my own self? My wing's only smoking because the thrusters are kind of like that. I think my artillery is actually hitting the Gatling turret. I might raise it 1 block. Yeah, sometimes it works. Oh, what was that? Did something break? I was paranoid that something's going to break. But anyway, so yeah, this is drone mode. And then I can toggle just to defensive mode again, so it should be just me in control. Yeah, that's very slick and smooth. And now, since I'm in control, I can aim at myself. And we get the artillery on target there. And kill my sim speed with all that. I wonder what happened. Oh, I'm out of weapons range for those rocket turrets. Let's see that go. They're crazy, those rocket turrets. Alright. Well, that's enough shooting at a defenseless target. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I want to get all of my weapons to line up nice and straight here. Oh, I love that. I love it. So I guess it does. The AI isn't locking targets automatically. I'm going to go and look at that. So, defense. I thought this was all set up, so it should be lock target, yeah. And the same with the offense one set to that. So, I don't know, it just, I guess, doesn't always. So, yeah, I'd say that's sufficient firepower for, like, this type of ship, so let's get out of weapons range here. Just fly backwards. Oh, no, not Alt-Tab, this is a bad button. I'm trying to do too many things. Yep. And then the AI should turn off all the red lights and everything. So you see the search lights actually. Oh yeah, there we go. We're out of weapons range. Or AI can't get a lock now. So yeah, and the lights go back to normal. The alarm turns off. Everything's nice and calm. I don't think I damaged myself. I just seen what looked like, it looked like an artillery shell like ricocheting off of the Gatling turret, but I think that was just, it could have done that, but I don't know if turrets can damage the main, like the same grid that they're on. These subgrid ones might. I don't know, so I gotta watch carefully, but I think everything's fine. But anyway, I'm gonna try and put this on the workshop. Now, I have been having a hard time posting things, and I think actually I just have to delete a bunch of grids off of Steam. I think that's what it is. Even though it says I'm not using the full cloud storage, I have a feeling that I am. So I've deleted a bunch of grids off of the workshop, and I'm gonna post this one, and I'm gonna post my survival station. And hopefully I'll be able to use some of these in survival, and now I've gotten carried away and I made too many ships. It's just, the other day I was watching some Star Citizen guy, and he was doing some smuggling contracts, and he was using one of these type ships called the Korsair. Of course mine's spelled with a K, so it's totally unique. It's definitely not the same ship at all, okay? But it's 100% inspired by that, yeah. And I just like, it had a neat aesthetic, and I like these folding wings. Like, let's show that again. These fold right up, so it's actually kind of protecting itself a little bit better, and just obviously gets out of the way of the landing gear, can park in a narrower area. It is a fairly big ship, but I've seen much bigger. I used up a lot of PCU on things to make it aesthetically pleasing and have all these cool bells and whistles without losing any actual needed functionality for survival. Just barely hanging in there. It's got one refinery with yield modules and has 2 fully upgraded assemblers, so that's just kind of modest numbers there for survival needs. But the 8 farm plots is nice. It could probably, you know what, I could probably put some kelp farms on here, but I mean, I'm not sure where. Maybe in the, well, not in the wing. Maybe, well, yeah, you see, with this kind of ship, not a lot of space for all that junk, really. Yep. Yeah, you can see what I could do. But anyway, thank you for watching. It's been fun, and hope you enjoyed the Corsair. And yeah, I'm gonna be fixing up my workshop issues. I'm gonna get this thing posted, and yeah, I'm gonna try to get into a survival server here, and this one is definitely on the list of possibilities. Like, I'm still kind of waiting for that update to come out for the garage idea, like the grid storage, so that I could make something more reasonable first, like the survival station, and then make these type of ships. Like, I actually really like my so-called flagship, because it has the missile printer, the guided missile printer. No offense to the Corsair, Corsair is, like, this one would absolutely shred the Star Citizen version. The Star Citizen version is probably much more nimble and smaller and quicker, but it just can't pack this kind of power. That's for sure. But I mean, this is a completely different game, so it's kind of hard to compare, but you can just tell, like, it wouldn't stand a chance if it was somehow, if you could somehow put it in the, magically compare them. Yeah, this one is just bigger and stronger, because because it's a real one, a Space Engineers one, not some Grand Theft spaceship video game like Star Citizen. Even though it looks really cool, it's a very beautiful game. It just doesn't have like it's just kind of cheesy. It's like fake, but it's fun. It's like if this is like a healthy broccoli, with like peas and carrots, then Star Citizen is like, I don't know, pop and chips and pizza and bacon. So it's a beautiful thing, but it's just like this is the real one, the one you need in your life, if you ask me, in my humble opinion. But yep, that concludes my tour, and I've been rambling on for plenty long enough that I better leave it at that.